These worldly things, they can't make you happy. As long as you have a spiritual connection with Allah, with God, that's the only way to achieve happiness. You can't achieve happiness without that. Yeah, no, but like, I mean, your negative experiences are what build you up.
That's facts, bro.
That's the truth. Like, if your life is perfect, then I feel like if someone's life is absolutely perfect, they don't go through any struggles, like no issues in their entire lives. There's something wrong with their own like mind.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by perfect? What's perfect? Because here's the thing. I watched a video about Numan Khan. Yeah. He said, do you want no difficulties in life? He said this to people. If you don't want difficulties in life, during your free time, what do? Think of Allah. Think of Allah, do some type of ibadat to Allah. He said no difficulties will happen in your life. I talked to somebody else about that. He came up with the point, okay, well, you will still have problems in your life. That's accurate. I guess his definition of problems was like a hookah breaking. You had to buy a new $300 one, etc.
Someone dying. That's going to happen.
Those things. Here's the thing. Difficulties versus problems. You can go through a problem and not go through any difficulty. For example, if my AC breaks down in my car, it's going to be hot as hell, right? It's going to be hot as hell for a little bit, right? Alhamdulillah, if I had a lot of money, I could fix the AC and boom, how difficult was that for me to fix that problem? It wasn't. So that's what Numan Khan's point was, that you can live your life without difficulties. Sure, you can have these kind of problems, but you go through your life without difficulties. So what's a perfect life to you, Taha? Like you said, perfect life. What does that mean?
Like,
and is that even attainable here in this world?
I think it is, but for only people who are like, who have that, like, I guess that pride and arrogance. Like, you know, like if there's somebody, right, who's like, okay, I am the best in the world, right? Everybody else is wrong. I'm the best. I don't make any mistakes. Like, I am, like, so when like something happens in their life, they're able to just like shrug it off like it's nothing. They don't learn from their mistake. Like if their girlfriend cheats on them, like, oh, whatever. I'm like, they don't care because like, well, she can't do better than me. I'll get 3 women, you know, that look just like her. And so they don't learn from the mistakes they made in their relationship because they just look at it and like, oh, whatever, I'll get someone better than her. Instead of just reflecting on their relationship. So they're not, they're in their terms, my life's perfect. I get woman after woman, you know.
Delusional perfection.
Exactly. Where they think just like the world revolves around them.
And like basically all these like super billionaires, basically, is what you're saying. Those are kind of people who are
There's that one YouTuber. Forget his name.
Logan Paul.
No, there's another one. He's like super big, always with like a bunch of women and stuff like that.
Oh, what's that guy?
Yes.
Dan? Is it Dan Rosalian or something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I read somewhere that he's like, dude, I'm depressed. I hate my life. And everyone's confused. Like, it's like, why he's living the perfect life. He has all these women around him. He got all the money in the world.
Private islands.
Yeah, but who cares about all that stuff when you can't, when you're like, when someone has all that stuff, right? And they don't reflect on their life and try to make their lives better from their own personality standpoint and from a religious standpoint or a spiritual standpoint. How are you gonna find happiness? You can't. So even their life can be perfect, but like, I think that kind of contradicts my point. But whatever, I'm just talking.
That makes sense because here's the thing: people don't differentiate these two things. Happiness, they assume, is the bodily happiness. They have women, they satisfy their desires for the women. They have money, they satisfy their desires for their body, get their hands painted, this is all this, blah, 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 right? But they forget that there's something inside of their body that's called a soul. How can they achieve happiness without having the soul be happy? That's the thing about money. Money can't improve your soul. It can't help your spirituality. That's what they forget.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right? Like, if one day you win the lottery, right? Let's say you win the lottery. Yeah. Now you have all the money in the world. So for a while you're happy because you have so much money, and now you're super happy. You have all this money. You buy yourself a nice house. You buy yourself a nice car. So now you drive in Lamborghinis and Bugattis and what else? You have everything the world has to offer financially. 6 months go by. Now all that stuff becomes a norm. That becomes your normal. So then how do you achieve happiness? You try to get more money. Because you think, oh, now you look at your Bugatti like, ah, dang, I wish I got a what's more than a Bugatti, a Zonda. I don't know. Like, oh, I want a private jet. It's always you always want that one step up because you're just thinking financially, right? Same thing was in the world. Like if you were if like one day you find this really really attractive girl and you start dating her, right? For nothing other than no other reason other than she's attractive. One day that she's gonna become normal and you're gonna want someone even more attractive because you only attracted to her from a physical standpoint. The whole point is, these materialistic things and this like this just what's the word for it?
Um,
Like these worldly things, they can't make you happy. Only thing that can make you truly happy is your spiritual attainment. Whether it, I mean, I'm not, like, I mean, I'm Muslim, so obviously I'm biased for the Islam, and I think Islam is the way to happiness. But I mean, even if it's not Islam, having any type of relationship with Allah, whether it be any religion, as long as you have a spiritual connection with Allah, with God, that's the only way to achieve happiness. You can't achieve happiness without that.
that's facts.
Think about it. There's people in like countries that have nothing. Dude, we live in nice houses. We drive nice cars. We live like literally. Even the like people who are barely making a paycheck to paycheck are better off than 80% of the world. Are they happy? No. Or is that 80% that's worse off than them? Are they all sad? Of course not. A lot of them are happy. There's people in Gaza who have nothing, who don't have food. People in Yemen who don't have food, who are starving, yet they're happy. What does that show you? The worldly stuff does not make you happy.
It's an illusion. Allah says in the Quran, is this world is nothing but illusion and play. These are games to Allah. This is they're enjoying their little cars, their little houses and everything. They're so dumb. They don't even understand that they need to care for their soul. Because this body will die, but the soul won't. That's the scary part. Understand that, Taha. Your soul right now, there's no end to it. Think about that. You die here, but it continues on.
Our soul was made at the beginning of time,
SubhanAllah.
and our lives are infinite. This life is finite.
This is a stage in life, man.
This life is finite. Our soul's life, that's infinite. We were in Jannah as souls before this. We were born, souls were put in our bodies. Now we live. If you're lucky, you'll live 80 to 100 years.
Man, I don't even know if that's a good thing. Someone told me, two mothers, alhamdulillah. Okay, my mother told me back in the day that Fraj, you can live a very long life. Alhamdulillah, right? I was like, okay, cool. I was at the time, I was like, oh, cool, right? Stupid. I went through a whole bunch of life trials. Now this other mother told me, Fraj, you're going to live a very long life, inshallah, right? Now I got scared. I said, is that a blessing or is that a curse? Real talk, think about that. I asked my dad then. I was like a little concerned. I said, Papa, am I really going to live a very long life? Here's the thing. People can say one thing, but mothers, I believe that they have a knowledge of just wisdom. Allah gives mothers, the moment their child is born, mother abilities. So I asked Papa, I was like, am I really going to live a very long life? Papa says, inshallah. I was like, Papa, is that a good thing though? Do I want to live a very long life? People will talk about, dude, living to 100 years old, being dependent on other people. I don't know about that life. And Papa said, Fraz, with good health, inshallah, you will love your life then. And that's what it comes down to, man. And inshallah, I have good health, but man, that's a scary thing.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole thing is you have to stay active. If you ever start relying on other people, your life deteriorates like this.
Relying on other people? What do you mean?
Like, a lot of people, when they get older, when they retire from work, their life deteriorates like this. It's because they're so used to like being out and about and doing all these things. They're going to work, they're driving, they're doing stuff. But when they retire and they're just sitting on a beach.
So you're talking about physical activity or mental activity?
Physical activity.
Okay.
That keeps your body in shape. And when your body's in shape, you're not dependent on anybody, and you live a good life. I mean, other than that, as long as you have that spirituality in it, what's there to stop you?
Yeah, true. Technically, if my spirit is happy, I'm always happy, inshallah, right?
Like, we all know. Like, we've all been to the movie. We've seen those old uncles that are just like
beautiful,
super nice,
beautiful,
walking around doing whatever they want. But you can tell they have this like noor on their face where they're happy,
bro.
Right?
Subhanallah, yeah.
There's a reason for that. What's the reason? They stayed active. You ask them, like, okay, like, what did you do when you retired? Most of them say, "What's retirement?" Well, we'll say, "What's retirement?" They're still working to this day.
Do you want to be working till?
Not a 9 to 5 job. I want to do good in my life. Like if I could run a nonprofit, something like that, that'd be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah.
When I'm old, doing that, a few hours a day, running a nonprofit.
So your passion, whatever you love doing, is not actually work. Then it's just a way of living.
We all want to help people, right? That's something that fulfills everybody's life. So if you do something you enjoy, it's not work. Like I don't think I've ever heard anyone complain about volunteering, or nobody other than children. but like if you're doing what you enjoy, like if helping people makes you happy and you're helping people, you're not gonna want to stop. Well, stop and do what? Sit at home, do nothing?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody who wants to sit at home and do nothing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Most people, right?
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
Would it be harder to... Because we're talking over here about the importance of spirituality and our connection to God, Allah, universe, whatever they may call it. Would that be easier as life progresses to an age where you're an elderly person? Would that be more difficult to maintain your spirituality? Or by then, was it already locked in?
I think it's easier.
Okay. How so?
My theory, I don't know if this is fact or theory or whatever it may be, but I feel like throughout your life, right, Allah gives you chances and does stuff in your life to make you remember him.
100%.
And bring you closer to your deen, right?
100%.
So when we were kids,
which, by the way, people need to look out for, because if there's things going on in your life that should be it could be hardships, very much hardships. Hardships are the only reason are there to bring you closer to Allah. Do not get that mistaken, for Allah dislikes you. I promise you, that's so important, so important. Continue, thought.
What was I?
I don't even know what we were talking about. Talking about how damn.
Your question was, as you get older, do you become more spiritual? Yeah.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
So when you're children, right? Like, what's the worst that happens? Like, for most children, right? Like their Xbox breaks, Xbox drops, right? It's all these tiny things. But I think as you grow older, you get more. You go through more and more tests. Like you're a parent, and let's say you're 70 and your significant other dies.
Okay, hold on. So you're saying when you're older, you go through more tests?
You do more tests for Allah to bring you closer to Him. So it is like not easier, but I think Allah, like the tests kind of escalate in severity. I think a little bit.
I wouldn't think
I'm
so.
talking about, I'm not talking about like specific people. I'm talking about just a general rule, right? Like people's lives get tougher as they grow up.
I think because they get more dependent. Their body deteriorates.
Or just stuff just happens in life. Yeah.
I don't know if
we're 25-year-olds, right? Like
or like health issues and all this
health
other
issues.
stuff.
People like tomorrow, right? Like when we're 60, and let's say one of us dies, right? We're a big part of his life. We'll be a big part of his life then too. That's a major thing. That's a major thing to bring you close to Allah. Your significant other dies, it's closer to Allah. Your kid gets sick. It might maybe not die, but gets sick. Bring you closer to Allah. Your kid passes away. Bring you closer to Allah. Yeah. There's these like life like slaps in the face, punches in the face that bring you closer to Allah.
Facts.
So I don't think it becomes easier. I think you just get slapped in the face harder.
Okay, but you become more immune to it in a sense, inshallah. To the fact where if something bad does happen, you say, no worries, I trust in Allah. Allah took care of me for 60 years of my life.
That's if you have iman, though. We're not talking about people who have iman. We're talking about like people who.
Oh, you're talking about normal people.
I'm talking about people who have not had that connection with Allah yet.
Oh, they're in misery. They're living. People are gonna live in absolute misery if they don't take control of their spirituality. They will. Mark my words. They will live in absolute misery. It's important. It's the most number one important thing in life. People eat food to take care of their body. I've been eating a lot of protein, complement my body. I've been working out. People need to eat spiritual food too.